I think it's legitimately just dawned on me the fact that I'm actually going to the Arctic Circle right now, as in like where Santa Claus lives. I was thinking about why I'm going away and why I'm doing this video, and I think I've realised that it's really just to gain some confidence. I feel like every day we are so scared to do what we actually want to do, and so much of that time we're relying on other people, and it's just like, no, like I've always wanted to go dog sledding. I've always wanted to at least attempt to see the Northern Lights, and I'm doing that for myself today, and it's honestly the best feeling in the world. Only problem is the Arctic is cold. It is going to be cold and I'm in for a ride, but I'm here for it. I actually can't believe I made it Oslo. I'm so gassed. But kind of in all the excitement about going to Tromso later on and doing the dog sledding and doing the Northern Lights, I've kind of forgotten to book anything in Oslo, so I need to figure out a way to get on the train now and then just find something to do. I have 3.5 hours now before I have to get a train back to the airport, but I have no idea what to do. Like, I have no plans, so I'm going to get on the train. I think I'm just going to go on like TripAdvisor or even check out TikTok, see what's good, and kind of embrace that. Oh yeah, I really want to try traditional food as well. Like, that is a must. I can safely say I have absolutely no idea where I'm going. I'm pretty sure that's the Opera House, but this place is gorgeous. Like, it's so open, it's like very European feel to it. Obviously we're in Scandinavia. So I think I'm starting with the Opera House because it's a close thing by, but it's a steep walk up. Didn't think I'd be starting the trip exactly like this, but the view is crazy. Okay, I finally got to the top of the Opera House, and I think what people come up here for is the actual view of the entire city. I've definitely found something which is probably the coolest sort of adventure I've seen in Oslo so far, which is the portable saunas. Let me see if I can jump in one. Bad news, because of global situations, I'm not actually allowed to just drop in and go to one of the saunas. You have to pre-book everything. I still have 2 hours here. I can't go to the sauna, so I'm going to try finding some food, and let's go on a sort of mini food tour if that's actually possible. I have two options when it comes to choosing exactly where I eat. Option one is go to a tourist spot and start asking them where to go, and they'll probably send me on a food tour or something I'm gonna have to pay for. Option two is just walk around and see what looks local, which works out so much better for me, and especially with the timing I'm on, this is gonna work. So let's just head into town and see what they have. This is going pretty much as well as you can imagine it going with someone that has absolutely zero knowledge of Norway. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try a pølse, which is pretty much just their version of a hot dog. You can get at any convenience store, so at least that should get me started to find some other food. Can I get one of the grilled pulsa?
Grilled pølse?
Yeah. I got my pulsa. I got my pulsa. Look, I know it's a hot dog and I know it's nothing special, but let me be happy about the fact that I actually found some local food. It's all a learning curve, isn't it? Like, my first time away on my own, doing things for myself. Got a hot dog. In all fairness, I might have said it's just a hot dog, but that is an incredibly buff hot dog. I haven't eaten anything today. I left, what, at 5 o'clock this morning? So this hits the spot perfectly. Pulse is done. Now I'm on my way to look at a building which looked really cool. I'm pretty certain it's Royal Palace, but I'm not going to know until I get closer. You have no idea how happy I am that I actually just Googled this, and it turns out to be right. So this is a Norwegian version of Buckingham Palace, pretty much. Built in the first half of the 19th century to a French king who used to roll over Norway and Sweden. And then if you're going to ball out, you may as well ball out in something which looks like this. I think something big is actually happening now, which I may go check out because there is a line of people, if you can see that, going there. And I feel like if I just don't wait in it, I feel like I'll miss out on an opportunity, so I'm going to go back. Oh, I think it's changing the guard. That might be pretty cool to see. Alright, I gotta go, but I've never actually seen changing the guard in England, but I feel like when you're in another country, you're allowed to get away with doing the touristy stuff a lot more. That did add an extra 10 minutes, so now I am late for my flight. This is where this whole challenge gets super interesting though, because although I'm away for 48 hours, I have booked a Northern Lights tour so close to my arrival time at the airport. So I arrive in Tromso at 6:50 p.m. and I have to make it all the way downtown by 7:25, which gives me pretty much 25 minutes to get off the plane to the Northern Lights tour. Sorry mate, do you know the way to the airport? I honestly find myself so much funnier than I think I actually am. This has to be a new record for me. I've got to 2 airports on time. That never ever happens to me, and I think it's because I'm traveling on my own. In the past, it's always traveling with kind of like girlfriends and they're in control, so I kind of just take it back and I relax. But now that I'm here, I have an hour to wait and my heart is, I want to see the Northern Lights so badly. And I've come to Norway, I understood the fact that it's going to be time rushed. I only have 48 hours here, but I've booked it in and I feel like I'm that close to actually getting there. But really, there have to be no flight delays. The taxi has to pick me up on time and has to speed across the motorway to get to this meeting point for the Northern Lights tour. I just don't think it's going to happen, but as soon as I touch down, I get off this plane, I am running quicker than Usain Bolt. There is not going to be a quicker person on the planet than me when I touch down. I am going to try my hardest not to miss this tour. And the thing is, you know what, even if I do miss the tour, screw it. Like, I'm away, I'm in Norway, I'm traveling on my own, there's plenty that I can go explore, and I can always drink if worse comes to worse. That has just reminded me about one thing, and that is I have to thank Ripple because they're helping me on this journey so much. They're covering this flight to Tromso, and I absolutely love these things, and I know I really shouldn't be promoting e-cigarettes, but the fact is, when I'm on a night out, I do smoke Juuls. It's just something I like to do, and I think it's still a better alternative than smoking. But my issue is when I smoke the Juul, I wake up in the morning and I still have that craving for nicotine. This is why these are so good. None of them have nicotine in, and my favorite flavor is the mango. It's better than any of the Juul mango flavors. And I just love that knowledge that when I go out, I drink, I can social smoke, and then no issues in the morning. That's the main thing. So when I'm running through this airport, and if I miss the Northern Lights tour, this, definitely gonna need it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so I've managed to actually get in a taxi. I'm on my way there now. I have like 10 minutes. I think I might have made it. I think I might have just made it. So fingers crossed we'll get there on time. Can you imagine this? 5 minutes to spare and I've actually made it. I've made it from Oslo with a 20-minute transfer and I've actually made it. I don't think I've ever been this excited, especially when you're traveling your own and things work out for you. People told me that I couldn't do it and I actually did it. I am so gassed right now. Look, big ship, and that is the tour over there. Oh my god. So after like an hour's drive, I think we made it. We're about 80 kilometers outside of Tromso, and it's not a Northern Lights tour, it's more like a Northern Lights chase, and you're just driving until you can find the best conditions to do it in. But well, I've been here for 20 minutes, I've seen more stars than I've ever seen in my life. It's pitch black, which is why this is the only way that I can record. So I think the best kind of way to do this is just wait. I'm gonna record it, and I don't want to kind of ruin everyone's photos, so I'm just gonna try again the Northern Lights. I'm super excited, but no more talking, gonna turn off the lights and see what we can see. I'm exhausted. I just got back from a 5-hour Northern Lights tour, and I think it's so important for me to get my thoughts out of the way right now so you guys actually have a clear understanding of what you can expect from the Northern Lights. For 95% of that trip, I was bored. I mean, like, seriously bored. It was a lot of fiddling around with my camera. It was freezing. It wasn't enjoyable. I was focusing so much on getting good content for you guys that it took away the appreciation for what it is. And I've been up for such a long time now. I was kind of like, yo, like, I'm over this. It's cold. I want to go home. Nothing's really happened. It's not like you saw in the photos. The videos you do see from when I was at the first location are because the ISO was turned up, and that's what captures the green because our eyes can't focus on that. Anyway, we go to the second location, and this was a much shorter stop, but wow. This was everything that I wanted, and it had the benefit because this time I left my camera in the car and I just went up and I just looked up at the sky, and it was like total euphoria. It was the most indescribable feeling that I've ever had in a long time. Unfortunately, I lost someone that was really close to me and my family last week, and just having that time to kind of like look up into the sky and just kind of like have a tiny bit of a cry was really helpful. I think that when we're in London, it's so easy to kind of get caught up in your day-to-day. It's very easy to forget about the important things and kind of forget how to grieve because you can just kind of move on with your life. And this is the first time that I kind of just had me and my thoughts, which isn't something that I'm normally kind of used to experiencing because I'm always out, I'm always working, I'm always doing something, and this is the first time which was just nothingness. It was just me, my thoughts, and I can't even describe how beautiful this thing was. Like, there were thousands and thousands of stars. It was so dark. It was like something you've never seen before. It was the closest that I've ever felt just to like space. Everything seemed clear for 10 minutes. No one said a word. They were just looking, and then on top of that, the Northern Lights came out in that element, and they just were dancing across the sky. It is almost impossible to describe what that moment was like, but you had the stars as the backdrop, and then you had just these lights twinkling. It was unreal. It was an unreal experience, and the crazy thing is, that 10 minutes to me was arguably one of the best 10 minutes I've had in my life. It was perfect. I gotta wake up for dog sledding in the morning. I know all you guys are like, oh, poor him, he has to go dog sledding, but you know what? I do it for you lot. I do it so you guys can experience something new, and the whole aim of these kind of videos, especially traveling on such a short period, is because it's just meant to inspire. It's so nice when you're stressed out in your life, just have something to look forward to, and this was it. So, dog sledding in the morning. Good night, people.